Akashvani presents Morning News. Good morning, I'm Anuja Kumar. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi wraps up his South Africa visit, leaves for Greece. Chandrayaan 3's Pragyan rover begins mobility operations. ISRO says all activities on schedule and all systems are normal. B20 Summit India 2023 to begin today in New Delhi. Trade ministers and business leaders of various countries to share their ideas on issues concerning businesses globally during three-day event. IMD issues yellow alert for Himachal Pradesh, predicting heavy rainfall today. Punjab to also receive heavy rain during next 2 days. Former US President Donald Trump released on bond after surrendering in election subversion case. And in badminton, India's HS Prannoy enters quarterfinals of BWF World Championships in Copenhagen. And now the news in detail. After completing a fruitful visit to South Africa that launched a new chapter in the BRICS journey, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has left for Athens, Greece, on the last leg of his two-nation tour. The Prime Minister is visiting Greece at the invitation of his Greek counterpart, Kyriakos Mitsotakis. This is the first visit by an Indian Prime Minister to Greece in 40 years. There will be a ceremonial welcome for Mr. Modi on his arrival in Athens today, which would be followed by the visit to the tomb of the unknown soldier, where the Prime Minister would lay a wreath. Mr. Modi will hold talks with Mr. Mitsotakis to discuss ways to further deepen the relationship. He will also interact with business leaders from both countries as well as with the Indian community in Greece. India and Greece enjoy civilizational ties which have strengthened in recent years through cooperation in areas like maritime transport, defense, trade and investments, and people-to-people ties. The Prime Minister has said that his visit to South Africa was a very productive one. He said the BRICS summit was fruitful and historic as the grouping welcomed new countries to the forum. Mr. Modi said BRICS will keep working together for global good. He expressed gratitude to President of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa, the people and the government of South Africa for their hospitality. Indian Space Research Organisation ISRO has said that rover mobility operations have commenced and the historic Chandrayaan 3 mission was running on schedule with all systems working normally. ISRO Chairman S. Somnath informed that lander module payloads have been turned on and instruments aboard the lander and the rover will now study the moon's mineral composition and the seismic activities in its atmosphere. Pragyan lunar rover rolled out from the Vikram lander and took its first walk on the moon yesterday. The indigenous rover's exploration of the lunar surface began a day after India became the fourth country to successfully land on the moon. The B20 Summit India 2023 will commence in New Delhi today. During the three-day summit, Union Ministers Nirmala Sitharaman, Dharmendra Pradhan, Dr. S. Jaishankar, G20 India Sherpa Amitabh Kant, trade ministers of various countries and several business leaders will share their ideas on the issues concerning businesses globally. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will attend the special session on the 27th of this month as the chief guest. On the first day of the summit, 7 sessions will be organized, including B20 India priorities and recommendations from India for the world, aligning global priorities, artificial intelligence for business and societies, opportunities and regulations, inclusive global value chain for resilient global trade and investment, and trade ministers session. Several global and Indian business leaders, including Executive Chairman of Tata Sons and Chair of B20 India, N. Chandrasekaran, Chief Executive Officer of MasterCard, Michael Meback, President of World Economic Forum, Borj Brend, will attend the summit. The summit is based on the theme of B20 India, RAISE, Responsible, Accelerated, Innovative, Sustainable and Equitable Businesses. 7 task forces were created for India's presidency in the areas of inclusive global value chains for resilient global trade and investment, future of work, skilling, mobility, digital transformation, financing for global economic recovery, climate change, technology, innovation and financial inclusion for economic empowerment. To focus and deliberate on the larger structural agenda, B20 India worked through 2 action councils of environmental, social and governance in business on African economic integration. The 4th G20 Cultural Working Group meeting under India's presidency in Varanasi will continue its discussions on the draft declaration with the delegates from the G20 members and international organizations. Union Culture Minister G. Kishan Reddy will reach Varanasi to take part in the Culture Ministers' meeting scheduled tomorrow. Yesterday, the CWG meeting started with the welcome remarks of Cultural Secretary and Chair G20 CWG Govind Mohan, who highlighted the uniting power of culture by expressing that the universal canvas of culture epitomizes the shared human journey, fortifying our sense of global kinship. The meeting will resume today with the delegates from the G20 members, invitee countries and international organizations continuing the discussions over the draft of the Culture Ministers' Declaration for the upcoming Culture Ministers' meeting tomorrow. Our correspondent covering the event has filed this report.
In today's sessions, there will be discussions over the terms of reference for the declaration. Participating countries will also give update on the cultural projects, and there will be presentation of the Varanasi Declaration of Culture Ministers. In the evening, the delegates will witness the grand Ganga Aarti on the ghats.
Teri god mein aakar man shanti paata, Jai Gange Mata.
Yesterday, after the discussions, the delegates enjoyed their visit to Sarnath near the confluence of Ganga and Varuna rivers in Varanasi. The delegates also experienced an immersive cultural performance showcasing India's rich music traditions, Waves of Music, which had 4 exciting presentations underlining Hindustani classical music. Union Minister of State for Culture Meenakshi Lekhi attended the cultural evening along with the delegates. Sushil Chandra Tiwari, Akashvani News, Varanasi.
This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at Air News Alerts. Monsoon continues to be active over Himachal Pradesh and intermittent rains are continuing. According to the State Disaster Management Authority, 109 houses have been completely damaged in different districts of the state during the last 24 hours. The water level of rivers and streams has risen, and due to several landslides in many places, hundreds of connectivity roads, including 2 national highways, have been blocked. In the last 2 months, landslides have occurred at 156 places and floods have occurred at 63 places. The State Disaster Management Authority has so far estimated a loss worth 8,450 crore rupees to the government departments of the state. 367 lives have been lost due to heavy rain, cloudburst and landslides in the state so far. 343 have been injured while 40 people are still missing. Director of Meteorological Centre, Shimla, Surendra Paul said that there is no possibility of respite from the rains in the state as of now. He has predicted heavy rains for today and tomorrow, and a yellow alert has been issued for heavy rainfall in the state.
आज येलो अलर्ट रखा हुआ है प्रदेश में हमने। अगले 3 से 4 दिन मानसून की बारिशों में ओवरऑल कमी आएगी। कुछ जिलों में हमने जिसमें सिरमौर, सोलन, शिमला, बिलासपुर, हमीरपुर, कांगड़ा, इन जिलों में एहतियात के तौर पर हमने आज अलर्ट रखा है। पिछले 48 घंटे में प्रदेश में वाइड स्प्रेड रेनफॉल हुई है और शिमला शहर में काफी तेज बारिश हुई है। करीब 1 घंटे में 62 मिलीमीटर बारिश हुई है। तो इंटेंस टू वेरी इंटेंस स्पेल शिमला शहर में भी हुआ और इसके अलावा प्रदेश के जैसे मंडी जिला, कांगड़ा, हमीरपुर, बिलासपुर, इन जिलों में भी काफी भारी बारिश हुई है। लैंडस्लाइड काफी रिपोर्टेड है। शिमला शहर में भी लैंडस्लाइड की काफी घटनाएं हुई हैं।
In Punjab, the IMD has predicted heavy rain in most parts of the state during the next 2 days. Authorities are on full alert as water level in various dams is rising. A report.
A breach in Satluj River in Rupnagar district after increase in the water level of river has caused damage to property in Harsabela village and surrounding areas. The building of Anganwadi center has been also damaged. NDRF teams have been pressed into action to help the affected people. The district authorities have advised people to stay in the relief camps. On the other hand, more water is being released from Harike headworks in Firozpur on Satluj. Thousands of residents of nearly 40 villages are facing flood fury in this district. Sheshu Sharma Shantal, Akashvani News, Jalandhar.
The Defence Acquisition Council DAC has accorded acceptance of necessity for capital acquisition proposals worth approximately 7,800 crore rupees in a meeting chaired by Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh. To enhance the efficiency of the Indian Air Force, the DAC granted acceptance of necessity for the procurement and installation of electronic warfare EW suite on Mi-17V5 helicopters, which will enhance better survivability of helicopters. The 69th National Film Awards have been announced. Briefing media, chairperson of the feature film jury, Ketan Mehta, said that Rocketry, the Nambi Effect, directed by R. Madhavan, has been adjudged as the best feature film for the year 2021. Allu Arjun has won the Best Actor award for Pushpa, The Rise. Alia Bhatt and Kriti Sanon will share the Best Actress award for Gangubai Kathiawadi and Mimi. Ek Tha Gaon, directed by Shrishti Lakhera, has been named the Best Non-Feature Film of the Year. Nikhil Mahajan will get National Film Award for Best Direction for his Marathi film Godavari. Shreya Ghoshal bagged the Best Female Playback Singer for the song Mayava Chayava from the film Irwin Niral, and Kal Bhairav won the Best Male Playback Singer for the song Komuram Bhimudu from the film RRR. Chandra Bose will receive the Best Lyrics Award Telugu film Konda Palam. Shujit Sarkar's biographical historical drama Sardar Udham Singh bagged the Best Hindi film. Bhavin Rabadi will get the Best Child Artist Award for Gujarati film Cello Show. Former US President Donald Trump was arrested on racketeering and conspiracy charges last night at a Georgia jail. He had surrendered for trying to overturn the 2020 election results in Georgia. However, the ex-president was released on a $2 lakh bond. This marks the fourth time that the former president has turned himself in after criminal charges were brought against him. On to sports. India's HS Prannoy has advanced to the quarterfinals of the Copenhagen World Championships with a 3-game win over former champion Loh Kyun Yew of Singapore last night. World number 9 Prannoy once again displayed his fighting spirit during his win over the 7-seeded Loh at the Royal Arena. The 31-year-old badminton star from Kerala will face the winner of the match between world number 1 Victor Axelsen and Chinese Taipei's Chou Tianchen in the last 8th stage. The world number 2 pair of Satvik Sairaj Ranki-Reddy and Chirag Shetty beat Indonesia's Leo Rolly Karnando and Daniel Marth in the round of 16 match, reaching the quarterfinals. In shooting, Rajeshwari Kumari has secured another shooting spot for India in the Paris 2024 Olympics. She finished 5th in the women's trap final at the ISSF World Championship 2023 in Baku, Azerbaijan yesterday and won India's first spot in the women's trap event. And now for a look at today's newspapers, it's over to Subhadra Ramachandran.
Thank you, Anuja. The dailies have covered the historic move of BRICS expansion as South Africa announces plans to invite 6 more countries to be part of the grouping to bolster clout. Business Standard quoting Mr. Modi write, expansion would strengthen belief in multipolar world order. On the sidelines of the BRICS summit, Modi-Xi agreed to step up LAC peace efforts, states the Hindustan Times. With the historic Chandrayaan mission running on schedule, the Tribune reports, rover Pragyan rolls out of lander, starts looking for moon secrets. And finally, IITB gets 160 crore rupees from anonymous donor from an alumnus for setting up a green energy and sustainability research hub on campus, reports the Times of India. With that, it's back to you, Anuja.
Thank you, Subhadra. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi wraps up his South Africa visit, leaves for Greece. Chandrayaan 3's Pragyan rover begins mobility operations. ISRO says all activities on schedule and all systems are normal. B20 Summit India 2023 to begin today in New Delhi. Trade ministers and business leaders of various countries to share their ideas on issues concerning businesses globally during three-day event. IMD issues yellow alert for Himachal Pradesh, predicting heavy rainfall today. Punjab to also receive heavy rain during next 2 days. Former US President Donald Trump released on bond after surrendering in election subversion case. And in badminton, India's HS Prannoy enters quarterfinals of BWF World Championships in Copenhagen. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.
आकाशवाणी से पेश है